You won't believe what my sister just did. Please don't tell me that she didn't cut off all your hair again. I mean, I love the pixie look, but you haven't been growing your hair out these last couple of years for her to just cut it off again. No, thank God. I make sure to lock my door at night now so she can't get in and give me a little trim throughout the night. Did she release a raccoon in your room again? Because if she did, that's honestly getting old now. I mean, it sucks that you always have to buy new things because they get ripped apart by whatever animal, but honestly, it's getting old. Nope, she definitely tried something new today. I can't even begin to conceptualize what she might have done. Your sister is seriously psychotic, and I don't know how she gets away with it. If my little sister were doing half the things that she does, she would have been sent away to some military school or something. I'm pretty sure that those don't actually exist, except in the movies. Whatever. What did she do? She somehow convinced my parents to give my room to her and for me to have the small room. What? How did she do that? I mean, she probably just needed to ask. You know how they treat her, like she's their shining light or whatever. I just don't understand why they think that she deserves the bigger room. I mean, I'm literally the oldest. It's basically illegal for me to have the smallest room. But that's not even the worst part. What's the worst part? They're literally making me get rid of my piano and rocking chair because they won't fit in my new room. What? The same rocking chair that your grandmother gave you before she passed away? That's the one. It's literally my favorite chair in the entire house, and they're making me get rid of it. Well, technically they said that it should just stay in my sister's room and she can have it, but my grandma gave that chair to me. She used to read books to me while we were seated in that chair. It's literally connected to so many good childhood memories, and now they just want me to give it to my little sister just because? That's literally insane. Have you talked to them at all? I mean, I feel like if you told them how much that chair means to you, they would understand, right? I tried to talk to them already, but then my sister came and said how much she loves the chair, and suddenly it was her chair. I can't tell you how much they worship the ground she walks on. She can't do anything wrong in their eyes. Literally, everything that she's done to me, she somehow reframes it that it was a sisterly bonding thing and that I was the one overreacting. Then I get in trouble because I'm shunning my sister or whatever. And yeah, sure, I usually take the fall for her because I don't want my parents to be disappointed in her or whatever, but then they get disappointed in me. It isn't fair. If they knew half the things she's done, like sneaking in boys, having parties, and hiding booze in her room. Yeah, I kind of notice that whenever I visit. Why do you think I always invite you over instead of going over to your place? Your sister literally runs that household. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing if she was even just a tad nice, but she's literally Satan's spawn. She even makes your life at school a living hell, and you're a senior, and she's a sophomore. I know, it's bad. But what am I even supposed to do? Whenever I bring anything up to my parents, they automatically take her side. They think I'm overreacting and that I'm just jealous of her or something, which is so untrue. I don't care about the same things that she does. Yeah, maybe she dresses better than me or whatever, but I do better in school, and that's all I've ever cared about. Exactly. Also, I'm pretty sure that parents are supposed to be objective and things like this. They're not supposed to have favorites. Yeah, they definitely are not supposed to have favorites. But they do, and they make it abundantly clear. It's not even a question of whether or not Stella is the favorite. It's not like you did anything wrong, and it's definitely not your fault. I just can't understand why they love Stella so much. Again, if she was a sweet and sensible person, maybe. But even then, they shouldn't have favorites. However, Stella is just so controlling, and they don't even realize it because you play the buffer. I know, I need to stop. But I mean, I think they thought they were done with children after me. They had some pretty startling news after my mother had me. They thought that another child was impossible, and then Stella came along. Yeah, but that doesn't mean they should just neglect their first child. I know, but even despite all of these horrible pranks and things that she does to me, I can't help but still want to make sure she doesn't get into too much trouble. I think you're too nice for your family, honestly. And it's not like I'm lying about her. I just leave out a few things that she does or says, and I make sure to make her sound not as bad as she actually is, which is probably why they think I'm overreacting about these different things. I just don't want them to know how bad she is, because she's their golden child, and I love and care about my parents. I don't want them to know that the child they love and care about is actually a horrible human being, or at least is shaping up to be one. But maybe if your parents did know and actually gave her some discipline and didn't worship the very ground she walks on, it would be better for her. You know, and not feeding into her delusions that she's the best thing on this green earth. It shouldn't be up to me. It shouldn't be my fault or my responsibility to shape my sister into a better person. I mean, no one looked out for me the way I looked out for her, and it turned out fine. I know, and I'm not blaming you. Your sister is just your sister. And honestly, it's a big if that if your parents stopped coddling her, she would turn into a better human being. But that doesn't mean you should let her walk all over you. If I were you, I would stand up. That rocking chair and that room belong to you. Just because your sister wants a bigger room for whatever reason doesn't mean that you should give in. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I'm leaving for college in a few months. College is still 6 months away. Yeah, but I still plan on moving to the city earlier to kind of get settled and just to get out of my house faster. I guess. And you are technically done with high school, you brainiac. You're just taking filler classes at this point to wait for graduation, yeah? Yeah. And to be fair, I'm also waiting for you to finish, since you'll be my roommate when we move to the city. I seriously can't wait. It's gonna be fantastic. But the first household rule is that your family is not allowed to stay over. Okay, your parents, maybe, but never your sister. I don't want our apartment to burn down or whatever. Yeah, I hear you. I guess I should start standing up to my family. And there's no time like the present. I hate how right you are. I know. Hi, Mom. Can we talk? Yeah, sure. What can I help you with? Well, I kind of want to talk about my room. This again? I thought that we had everything sorted out last night. I mean, Stella said that you talked about it and that you agreed that she deserves a bigger room, and your father and I agree. I know I said that, but I hope you're not turning back on your word, because I raised my daughter to be better than someone who turns back on their word. No, I'm not turning back on my word, but maybe I'm starting to be more truthful. And what does that mean? Well, I just want to stop hiding Stella and her behavior. And what does that mean? From what I gathered these last couple of years, you have quite the strife of Stella, which I don't understand. Your sister is the sweetest girl on this planet, and she only does things because she loves us. You should really try and be more like her. Okay, I'm only saying this because I want Grandma's rocking chair. So, whatever you're about to tell me is a lie? What? No, I wouldn't lie to you or Dad. At least, not actually lying. You just said that whatever you're about to tell me, it's only because you want your grandmother's rocking chair, which, can I just say, is really rude and selfish of you. Your sister barely got to spend time with your grandma before she passed away. Don't you think that she deserves to have some part of her? No. Excuse me? Well, I mean, yes, but no, she can't have the rocking chair. My only memories with Grandma are with that rocking chair, when she would hold me on her knee and read stories to me. I'm not even sure that Stella actually wants a rocking chair. She just wants to ruin my life some more. Okay, that's enough. How dare you speak of your sister like that? She has done nothing but be nice. Sure, some of her gestures of love went awry, but that doesn't make her a bad person. I honestly expected more out of you. Not just because you're her sister, but you're her older sister. You're supposed to be a role model for her, not tearing her down every chance that you get. I haven't even said my piece yet, and we're fighting. You're already taking her side and painting me as a villain. I'm not a villain in this. If anyone's a villain, it's my sister. There you go again, always blaming Stella for your shortcomings. She is a model citizen, a model daughter, and she's our most perfect creation. You can't say that, Mom. You're my mother. You're not supposed to have favorites, and you're certainly not supposed to love my sister more than you love me. And look, more lies. Maybe I would love you more if you lied less, and And stop being so mean to your sister. She's trying her best. I mean, yeah, some of her plans to surprise you don't go according to plan, but that's not her fault, and you shouldn't blame her for it. I've been protecting her all these years, though. All those things that I painted to be as a sisterly gesture were actually horrible pranks. I just didn't want you and Dad to feel bad about the kind of person you were raising. I don't know. But I always lied about her. You know when she released that raccoon in my room? That was so it would destroy my stuff, not because I like raccoons. I actually hate raccoons. I thought that you and Dad would have known that. I know that Stella knows that, and that's why she released her raccoon in the first place. She didn't do that because she thought it would be nice. She did it because she knew I hated raccoons and that it would destroy my room and I'd have to get rid of a lot of my stuff. And then she did it again, but with birds and then a different animal. But you said that you thought she was doing it because you loved animals. Why would you lie to us? Because I didn't want you guys to see that your golden child is actually a terrible person, even from a young age. She's literally like Satan's spawn. Okay, that is enough. You know, I was humoring you a little bit because of that whole line that we don't love you the same, but maybe the reason we don't love you the same as Stella is because you lie. You lie and you manipulate. But saying that your sister is Satan's spawn is my final straw. How dare you speak of your sister like that? How dare you speak of your father and I like that? You know, I think you need a wake-up call. A wake-up call? About what? A wake-up call that you should be so lucky that we let you live with us. You should be so lucky that you have a good family. A lot of people don't have that. And you know where they end up? Where? It's probably much better than where I am right now. They end up on the streets, and that's where you're going to end up. What? You can't be serious. One more bad word about your sister, and we will kick you out. Your sister has been nothing but kind and loving to you, and all you can do to repay her is make up lies about her. I thought I raised you better than this. I am so disappointed in you. You can't be serious. You're seriously taking her side to the point that you would kick me out? You're a parent. You're not supposed to have favorites. I would have denied that 5 minutes ago, but now I can confidently say that Stella is our favorite daughter because she's actually kind and compassionate, unlike you. You're not listening to what I'm saying. One more word and we will kick you out. I can't believe you. Just you wait. If I leave, Stella is just going to become worse. You'll see what I've been shielding you and Dad from all these years. Yeah, right. More lies, more deceit. All because you can't handle how amazing your sister is. Your jealousy disgusts me. Whatever. Wait, your mother said what? Yeah, she explicitly said that she and Dad love Stella more than me, that she's their favorite. And they made it really clear that they're going to choose her side no matter what I say. They called me jealous and disgusting and a liar and all these horrible things just because I was trying to tell them about what Stella is really like. Wow, I didn't know parents could be like that. That's despicable. I don't know what to do. If I try to talk to them about Stella again, I'm just going to be kicked out of my own house. And if I stay and move quietly into the smaller room, then I lose my grandmother's rocking chair. And who knows what Stella would do to it? She knows how much I cherish that thing. It's honestly a miracle that it survived this long. And there's no way that it fits in the small room? I mean, even without your piano in there? No, there's literally nowhere to put up. I measured. I can't believe your parents would actually do something like this. Do you want to come over to my place for a while? Maybe if they get a sense of what it's like without you being there and just how horrible your sister is, they'll come to their senses and realize everything you do for them. I'd hope so, but I have no idea if that would actually work. Besides, I'm still at work. I decided to take a double shift, so when I get back, everyone should be asleep. I don't think I could face anyone right now. Well, I mean, there is something else you could do. And what is that? Well, speaking of your job, you've been saving to move out since you were, what, 15? Yeah. Maybe it's time to make the move. What? I can't. No way. Why not? Because I'm only 17. Only for the next month. You're turning 18 soon, and it's not like you haven't graduated already. I haven't gotten my diploma yet. Yeah, but that's a formality. It's not like you're doing any important classes right now. I mean, you even take shifts in the afternoon now because you don't need to take those classes. Everyone knows, including your teachers. I'm sure that if you did leave, you could come back to collect your diploma at the end of the school year. That's still like 3 months away. I know, it's not ideal, but the other options are a lose-lose. This is the only win-win option for you. If you move out, then you don't have to deal with your family anymore, and you could take your grandmother's chair with you, and your piano, and you won't have to live in a super small room. And not only that, if you moved out, your parents would see just what Stella is like. I hate how much sense that makes. But even still, I'm only 17. No landlord in their right mind is going to rent to a 17-year-old. But we were going to stay with my aunt for the first bit until we found an apartment. Remember? She has a really big house in the River Valley. Yeah, but she's your aunt. It's not like she's going to let me stay there without you. What are you talking about? My aunt loves you. And if I phoned her and talked to her about what's happening, I'm sure she would agree. And then I'll just come see you whenever I can. And eventually we'll move to the city. I know that it's not super ideal or according to the plan that we made, but you have enough saved to do it. That's a big move though. I know, but what are your other choices? Besides, if you stay with my aunt for the next while until you pick up your diploma, you can apartment search for us. And then, by the time I graduate, we can be moving into our city apartment. Why do you always have such good ideas? I'm the idea person in this crew. I'll talk to my aunt. You can be out by the end of the week. Should I tell my parents? Or my sister? No, this is for you. They don't need to give you any opinions or try to stop you. This is for you and your well-being. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. Besides, at the very least, I don't think it'll take more than a few days before your parents come crawling back to you, saying they're sorry and begging for your forgiveness. Your sister will literally tear that place apart and will make the house like a personal hell. She'll literally have no resistance either, not with me gone, and I won't be taking the blame for her. And you can stop doing her chores for her. She hasn't even touched a broom or a vacuum. Not to mention all the people that she sneaks in to drink secretly. Not to mention all the boys that she sneaks in. Yeah, I think the boys are probably the worst part. They don't even go to high school. They're all dropouts. Just wait until your parents find out what kind of person their golden child is. Okay, you've convinced me. I'm going to stop hiding my sister's antics. I'll move out, and when my parents come begging for me back, I'll decide then and there whether I actually want to move back. Sounds like a plan. No matter what happens, I have your back. Okay, I'll go talk to my aunt. You finish your shift. Thank you. I don't know how I could have managed any of this without you here helping me. Anytime. That's what best friends are for. Thank you. I haven't seen your ugly mug in the last few days. Are you staying with that ugly best friend of yours? Good. It's been nice having the house all to myself. And I can't thank you enough for the brand new bedroom. It really is something. OMG, you can't ignore me. When I text you, you better text back, or else I'll hide empty bottles of booze in your room and blame it on your alcoholism. Okay, fine. I'm having a party tonight since our parents are going on a date, and I just wanted to tell you that you better stay in your room. Unless you're staying with your best friend, then maybe I'll open up the party in your bedroom. That would be the smoking room. Also, do you know where Mom and Dad are hiding their cash stash? They have moved it since the last time I took some. Did I ever thank you for taking the fall for me for that? That was rather stupid of you. I mean, getting grounded for a week for just $1,000? Anyways, I'm gonna take some more to fund my little party tonight. Can you let Mom and Dad think it was you again? Okay, just because you're not answering me, I'll make sure to take all of it and blame it on you. I say that you're trying to pay off your college. No, better yet, I'll say that you are paying off some mob debt or something. My God, are you seriously that obsessed with me? I haven't answered you all weekend, and suddenly you're texting me 5 times in a row? Also, you're throwing a party? I barely managed to fix the wall after your last little party. Oh, come on, now you care? I've just been texting you nonstop and you didn't bother to answer. What if I had been in trouble? Do you really hate me so much that you wouldn't care? Just wait till I tell Mom and Dad that you told me that you don't care about me even if I was in trouble. Please, go ahead. I really don't care one way or the other. What is your deal? You're sure talking a big game now. What, was me taking your room the final straw? Whatever. I'm so over it. I'm over everything. Yeah, well, you're still ugly. Wow, now you're ignoring me? I'm telling Mom. OMG, I talked to Mom. She was pretty upset by the party you threw yesterday. Someone puked on the living room carpet. Anyways, I can't believe Mom and Dad kicked you out. That's so sad. Not that you don't deserve it, pig. Please be gone by tomorrow at the latest. Actually, I already left 2 days ago, and our parents are begging me to come back already. What? Yeah, stupid. Didn't you think it was weird that my room was bare whenever you let people in it last night? Mom told me all about the cigarette butts and the burnt mattress. And Dad quickly realized the kind of person you are and begged me to come back. You should hear the way that they're begging me, practically on their hands and knees. What? When did you move out? On Friday. And Mom and Dad noticed but didn't think to tell you. So when you blame the party and every other terrible thing you've done this weekend on me, they knew that you were lying. It was pretty quick for them after that to come to the conclusion that you were always lying, and I was always taking the blame for you. How could you? Wait, are they gonna ground me? They can't. I won't let them. You gotta tell them that it was you. Tell them that you were so upset with them kicking you out that you threw a party and blamed it on me. Nah, I don't think I will. It's not really my problem, is it? I don't live there anymore. What? Aren't you moving back? You just said that Mom and Dad were asking you to come back. Well, come back and fix this mess. I can't be grounded. Do you know how embarrassing that is? No, because when they did come crawling back to me, I realized that I'm actually a lot happier here than I ever was there. So I won't be coming back. But good luck dealing with the consequences of your own actions. I know that you're new to it and all. Oh, shut up, you ugly pig! Oh yeah, by the way, I sent a full list of everything you had ever done for the last couple of years to Mom and Dad. I don't think just grounding you will be enough of a punishment for them. At least now, they see you for who you really are. Goodbye, sis. A few days after blocking everyone, my parents made the drive to the city to find me at Max's aunt's house. They apologized for what they said and for putting my brat of a sister on a pedestal. They were even teary-eyed as they explained just how terrible Stella has been. All that to say, they were pretty sorry to see me go. But being out of that house, away from my parents that took me for granted, and away from my devious sister, I found that I am a whole lot happier. Using my resourcefulness, I even managed to find a job right away in the city to save even more money and to make Max's and my applications look good for renting. So it was pretty easy work to say a simple no and to go back into the house after my parents begged me to come back. And yeah, maybe that was selfish, but I don't really care anymore.